With Dallas Cowboy overreactions or not.
Okay.
I came up with my own list. 877-881-1053. Dallas Cowboys overreaction or not. The answers to this defense are not on the roster. It cannot be fixed from within with what they have. Overreaction or not.
I'm going to say my initial thought is it's a little bit of an overreaction because I do want to see what this defense is with Bland.
Okay. Bland back on the practice field yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Surely he's not that good, but like one player, we've seen it.
And a domino effect.
Domino effect, absolutely.
They didn't allow anything really down the field when Bland was in there in week one. They were disciplined. They didn't have all these big coverage busts. They couldn't rush the passer, but they didn't have all the coverage busts. Only an overreaction because of it being week 3. That's it. Like any other, I'm going to give them time to figure out their communication and get those things right, because the stuff that they're messing up feels very much, especially in the secondary, like just this should be fixable. This should just be pay attention.
Yeah. It's a double-edged sword. It's something so elementary, it can be corrected, but then the other side is, how do you have this problem to start off? I don't know which way to lean. Like, it's just simple communication. Well, why is the simple communication from a longtime NFL coach and players here happening like this?
Right. Bad analogy, but it could be one of those things where it's like, it's like riding a bike. It's like, okay, but if I knew an adult who still didn't know how to ride a bike, I don't know that I would be comfortable that they're going to learn how to ride a bike, or that it's that easy for them.
Right. They'll learn it by, the third day, but how do you not remember and know how to do this?
I'm going to say slight overreaction just because of the timing. I'll give Eberflus a little bit of grace to figure out communication and figure out what his players do well, but that time's running out.
That was my follow-up. Overreaction or not, Deron Bland's return will stop the secondary freakouts that we're having.
Overreaction, because I don't think that Deron Bland is going to fix Kyer Elam. Like in week,
but will Kyer Elam be on the field?
Yeah.
I'm just assuming Diggs might be compromised this week. I don't know. Yeah, Bland is disciplined. Like he'll play disciplined football. He's kind of been a route jumper in the past, but he's steadily gotten better at playing more disciplined and kind of under control. So that alone will be just, you'll know somebody is doing what they're supposed to. But that is the just thin margins that exist of defenses, is that if one guy is out of position, the whole thing's blown up.
Like, I'm not asking that if Bland's going to fix it. I'm asking, will we not come in here on Monday and say they gave up 60, 40, 35, and 28?
Yeah,
I think we're still going to be saying that, probably.
I don't think it's an overreaction. The issue is if Diggs is not there, or if he's compromised, then you still have a problem, right? You don't have your pieces. So I think that would lean into part one, whereas I do think the players are here on the roster, but if they're not healthy, then it doesn't matter.
Cowboy overreactions or not, 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. Next one, the Cowboys should feel fine about their run defense. The reason I'm asking this, I've heard twice this week some run defense comments that have bothered me. Jerry was on with us Tuesday, and he's like, it's really the pass defense. Like, team, look at the run numbers. Then I heard someone else yesterday, I can't remember who it was, be like, hey, you feel okay even the Cowboys run defense? And I was like, are we forgetting the emasculating drive? I think the Cowboys pass defense and secondary is so embarrassing and so humiliating that it is kind of casting a shadow over the run defense and making us feel better about it.
I'll take the opposite side then. I don't think it's an overreaction. I think the run defense has been pretty solid. Now, they did have a bad emasculating drive against the Bears. They've had issues with guys like Hurts scrambling, but they did a decent job kind of locking things down when Philly tried to ice the game with Saquon Barkley, and they've done a good job the other 2 weeks. But yeah, it also is how much are you being tested? How much are you being worn down because of some of the issues that you're facing with your pass defense that teams aren't even feeling the necessity to do that. They are top 10 right now. They're 9th in the NFL as a run defense in yards per attempt. So they've been efficient.
They have. I think the run defense it's okay. I'll say more than happy with the run defense, but I've been fine. I'm fine with it.
I do think Kenny Clark has made almost as big of a difference in the run defense specifically as they were hoping. He has. I think he has been a difference maker for them there.
The guys on the fan text 877-881-1053, the 313 has weighed in. He says the run defense has been a drug problem so far. And then 806 says overreaction. The linebackers are non-existent here.
Okay. Next one.
What does that mean? The run defense has been a drug problem.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
Yeah, I don't understand what that means.
He said has a drug problem, so maybe that's off field.
Accusatory. Fish, can you confirm that, Fish? Next one. Oh, this could get spicy. Overreaction or not, Dallas Cowboys edition on Shan and RJ. George Pickens can be trusted as the one over the next 4 weeks. Start with you, Ralph.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Okay.
He has. So, like, when he was the one in Pittsburgh, he didn't know who was throwing him the football half the time, right? Because he didn't know that it was actually going to get to him.
Right.
He has that guy now in Dak who could get him the football. And as the one, he knows when the progression goes to him, which is going to be more than it did as the two. So he will have less time and less opportunity to not run actual routes, block, whatever. I think he'll be more apt to want to do other things.
What's the exact phrasing again?
George Pickens can be trusted as the one over the next 4 weeks.
Overreaction. Woo! The 1A, 1B conversation that they liked using and were both ones. No. Like Pickens does have to grow into a one. I think Pickens is a really good player. I think Pickens is supremely talented. I think Pickens needs to show that he can fight through difficult circumstances. Last year, if you look at how frequently he's doubled, he's going to be doubled a lot now. He's going to be bracketed a lot. He was 28% of his routes he was doubled in 2024. So that's once every 4 snaps. When he was single coverage, he was getting the ball thrown his way about every 4 routes run. When he was doubled, it was once every 7. His catch percentage when he was single covered was 65%. When he was double covered, it was 32%. His catch percentage. He's catching less than a third of every ball his way when he's facing double coverage. His yards per target was 9.5 when single covered, 6.8 when doubled. Just to show you how big the difference is, when they were double covered last season, George Pickens, the passer rating to him was 74.2. To Jalen Tolbert, it was 126.9. Jalen Tolbert was a significantly better player against double coverage than George Pickens was last year.
So if I'm the front office, and this will be a future War Room segment on Pickens' contract, throughout the first 3 games, I'm not thrilled with everything I've seen and heard about him so far. Over these next 4 games, if Lamb is out that long and even longer, if it's the same or worse, right now, I'm heavily leaning towards not re-signing him. If he doesn't produce, if I don't see 100% max effort, if he pouts, if he keeps dodging the media, if I see stupid penalties, I'm not re-signing him to the money that I think David Mulligetta is going to want, unless George wants to go ahead and, for some reason, give this nice team-friendly deal. But this is the hot spot here for judgment in these next 4 weeks for George, in my opinion.
Which we are, we're 3 weeks in. If CD's out for 4, that gets us 7. And this will be something we'll talk about later, I'm sure. But trade deadline is week 9, so you'll be coming right out of that stretch.
940 says, overreaction, Pickens doesn't do the small things well enough. Another 940 says, Peyton, please read this. So of course, I'm going to read it. Dan Quinn played man coverage, and the defense was good. Eberflus is playing zone defense, and that is the problem. We didn't complain when we were playing man. So there you go.
Well, Caleb Williams did have a perfect passer rating against man coverage last week, so it wasn't that much better. Like, that still is a problem for them. By the way, I will point out, there was a tweet that went viral. It was the coach's film shot of Pickens' touchdown last Sunday, and some Pittsburgh fan had put it up, and they were like, this is the perfect representation of George Pickens. Not really carrying on his route, and then still making a ridiculous play to salvage it.
Yeah, one-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Last one. He's going to join us tomorrow at 8:20. This one may sting. But of course, we are going to be accused, and I understand why, of being the Homer Shoddy show on record with Brian Schottenheimer. Overreaction or not, Brian Schottenheimer's new coaching impact has yet to be felt.
Right there.
That's not an overreaction. I mean, they may be having more fun, right? Who knows?
Not the last 2 weeks, I hope.
Who knows, right? But he's not impacted them. I mean, I don't know what the record would be like with Mike McCarthy right now. I assume probably 1-2 because they may have won week 1. It was right there. I doubt it because
I reverse. I think they lose week 2.
Well, maybe they do. But they might have won week 3. We don't know. Like, Mike has a history. Like, I don't think that we can overstate the impact of being and the experience of being a head coach for a long, long time on how you prepare for a game or get a team ready for the regular season, injuries in training camp. Who knows, right? So I don't think it's been felt.
It's not an overreaction, obviously, if you're just talking about results. If we're just completely results based, it's not an overreaction. If we're talking about it's being felt, like you can see shifts and changes to various things that like what he's trying to accomplish is taking hold, then that's an overreaction, because what he's trying to accomplish, I think you are seeing, he is consistently calling people out by name and he is trying to have accountability. He is, I think, showing that this is a team that's tough. They're tough. They'll fight. They're just, I think, a lot of times not talented enough. They're not good enough, but they are giving all the effort. They're maxing out their effort. They're not like, I don't think that Schottenheimer's going to have a press conference like Bochy did the other day where he's basically saying my team quit today because they felt like it was.
Well, we'll see what happens if they're 5-10.
No, I know. I'm just saying, yeah. I don't think that. I think that even if they were to go,
did they quit on Mike?
No. I mean, not at last year. At various times, I think they did, but not at the end of last year. If they go 3-14, though, I don't think we'll look at them and say this is a team that quit at any point. I think they will be aggressive and trying, and they want to fight for Shoddy.